Mortgage loan officers always use super confusing terms that most people who don't do loans for a living don't really understand. Today I'm going to talk about that. Points, fees, and rates. Points are a lender's upfront profit that they can charge you for a particular interest rate. A point is defined as 1% of the loan amount. So if someone says that they have to pay a point, that means they're paying 1% of the loan amount upfront to get a particular interest rate. Sometimes this is needed if someone has weaker credit and it gives them a competitive interest rate. Sometimes it's necessary if you're trying to get a target interest rate that you may not qualify for based on your credit score. So points are really easy. 1 point equals 1%. What are the fees associated with buying a house? Fees are the cost of title insurance, the cost of transferring ownership of the property from the seller to the buyer, and the lender's fees. Fees are normally set costs based on the cost of the home. If you're buying a house for $200,000 and all things are even, your fees are going to be the same no matter which lender you're working with outside of the lender's specific fees. If I'm buying a house in Philadelphia County, for example, there's a 4.278% transfer tax. That's usually split evenly between the buyer and the seller. So whether I was using Bank A, Lender B, or Bank C, my transfer tax is going to be the same. What is an interest rate? Interest rate is the cost of the money that you're borrowing. If I have a particular credit score and I'm making a certain amount of down payment and I'm borrowing a certain amount of money, my interest rate is based on those factors. Obviously, the most important factor determining your interest rate is normally your credit score. That's why it helps to have the highest possible credit score. There are other factors that influence your interest rate, including the amount of money that you're putting down, where you're buying, how much you're buying the house for, and what's going on in the overall interest rate market. Some days, interest rates go up, other days, interest rates go down. It's good to know what these terms mean so that when you're having a discussion with the loan officer, you know what the heck's going on.